The directions say to solve this equation for z. When I look at this problem right now, I see that z is here in the denominator of this fraction. In fact, since the equation involves fractions, I would probably want to get rid of those fractions. The way I can do that is by multiplying the whole equation, both sides of the equation, by the lowest common denominator. And remember, if I'm solving for z, that means I want to get the variable z on one side only, all by itself. So my LCD has to contain any factor that appears in an individual denominator, my lowest common denominator here. So in this case, I've got, each denominator just has one factor, z, t, and v. So that's just what my LCD is going to be. I'm just going to take z times t times v. And I'm going to multiply both sides of the equation by that. So z times t times v, I'm going to multiply that by 1 over z. I'm going to do the same thing on the right hand side. Since there are two terms here, both of those terms are going to have to get multiplied by this LCD. So I'm going to get z times t times v times 1 over t, and then z times t times v times 1 over v. If it helps, you can imagine all those being over 1. Because then some stuff cancels, right? Here, the z's cancel. Here, the t's cancel. Here, the v's cancel. And so if I look at what's left, here I just have tv times 1. Here I have zv times 1. Here I have zt times 1. So we get tv, we get capital Z times v, and we get capital Z times t. Sometimes we have to go back and think, what am I trying to do in this problem? We're trying to solve this equation for z. And right now I realize that z is here. Z is in more than one term. In that case, I want to get all the terms involving z on one side of the equation, any terms not involving z on the other side of the equation, and that's already happened here. So I don't have to worry about that. What I notice though now is that, I've got a z in both of these terms, so I can think of z as a common factor and just factor it out. So I'm going to get t times v equals, I'm going to take out that z. That means I open up a set of parentheses, and now I sort of play what's missing. Z times what would give me zv? Well, I'm missing the v. And then for the second term, I'm missing the t. Again, I'm trying to solve for z. All right, keep your eye on the bouncing ball here. So that's really a times. I got z times that set of parentheses. To get rid of a times, I have to divide. So I'm going to divide both sides by v plus t. And that's what I would get over here, plus t. So I end up getting t times v over v plus t. And that's just now here. These cancel out. And I'm left with just z. That would be my answer. Now don't get cancel happy on me here. I can't cancel these t's or these v's. T and v are factors in the numerator because there's a multiplication between them. Factors are part of a multiplication problem. However, in the denominator, it's v plus t, right? That plus makes all the difference. I can't cancel unless it's a common factor. And a factor has to be part of a multiplication problem. So this is as simple as it gets.